Obviously, you're not just the MC. You do radio. You have a podcast with your daughter called Family Matters.
Yeah.
You have a 10-year-old son.
Facts. Young Tay, young Nick.
What this is going to be? Not going here with not the question you think I'm going to ask, and I'm not going to ask. I have two kids myself. What's your favorite book to read to them as a kid?
Oh wow, that's a great question. So I was a young parent, and I read like the stuff that kids were into, or the stuff that I thought we should read, like Sesame Street books, and but music was always like a big part of it, like part of my parenting. So like anything that Elmo put out was a smash. You know what I'm saying? Taylor, although she doesn't want to admit it, like she came up like a little bit on Barney. You know what I'm saying? Like so we were into that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nah. She'll front on it now. 17-year-old Taylor front, but 17-month-old Taylor was all about that life. And the same with Nick. Like there's a lot of music. So I'm sad to say there was nothing standoutish, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as literature that I read to them, but I would read, just like whatever books came out. My daughter's like really into anime now. Her birthday just passed, so she got a bunch of anime books, right? And she's also really into reading. And these books they write the books backwards. Like the cover art is on the back is on the front, and you read the books from the end to the beginning, and you also read them from right to left.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, yo, that's like a science project. I'm just trying to read a good story, a good book, and I got to do all this math and science. And Nick, he'll read like game instructions, how to beat Fortnite online. That's what he's into. So that's what, I'll go with that with him. But as kids, we didn't have that like typical, I guess just because I was kind of figuring out parenting, and a lot of my parenting skills came from the lack of certain things as a child, things that I wanted to, like those voids that I wanted to fill in, but I was also like never really read to as a kid, so there wasn't like a transitional part that passed down to me, which is ill. It's funny because I discovered so many things about my childhood now as a parent, things that I thought didn't matter, or things that I thought like didn't have any bearing on my life or how I am as an adult. And now I see as a parent, like it had a big impact on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something I never really thought about. Like I remember, like going to see my son play football or basketball and not having my dad around for stuff like that. Or, watching my parents not be together and deal with some of their demons coming up. And it made me stronger in the sense that it was like, well, I know I definitely don't want to be like that if I have kids. But it's ill because like I try to do so many of those things that I didn't have growing up. So now, like I said, we start in a new chamber, a new chapter, and new legacy. And so things like that I didn't get a chance to do, or experiences I didn't have with my parents, I try to make sure I have with my kids. But that's ill. I never thought about the fact that like I never got read to as a kid.